Okay, everybody, we are okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be taking a look at Hurricane Erin. It has now hit a Category 5. Yeah, Category 5 is crazy. I'm a little bit more awake now, you guys. Don't worry, we are more awake. I'm sorry about the hold up of streaming today. We're going to be streaming all the way to like 3:30, 3:40. That is the ultimate goal here. But we're going to be taking a look at the satellite imagery as of Category 5. Major Hurricane Erin continues to intensify. We had rapid intensification this morning and all last night. We are going to be expecting some major things. We already have 5 likes. Let's subscribe and like. I am a little bit more awake. I'm not the best, though, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. But we are watching Hurricane Erin, and things are looking very intense. Welcome back, everybody. In this update, we'll be taking a look at Category 5 Hurricane Erin. Hurricane Erin. Please like and subscribe for further content as we're going to be live all night again tonight if Pat Predictor is not streaming. Also, ask any questions and concerns you guys might have. Okay. Let's take a look here. We are getting everything going right now. Last stream was crazy. We had 1.9k views on that. That was crazy. Best stream ever. Look at this storm. This is something you don't see every day. We have other people that might try and join later. We are going to just have to wait and see. Hurricane Erin paused and strengthening earlier. Looks like it has resumed extreme intensification, now likely 175. We're going to have to wait and see. It does look like it is trying to strengthen up again. Looks like it might be going a little bit more west. Look at this. We're seeing more and more convection blowing up around the eye wall right here. We're actually noticing some pinks here. That tells me we are probably starting to see a potential CDO that's pink, that's rain that's developing. That means this could be on the verge of another, instead of that plateau, another major increase. According to radar, the eye wall looks like it's heading more and more west. It looks like the turn, we did have a little bit of a west-northwest movement for probably about an hour. Didn't really get that far north, but now it looks like we have entered right back to west motion like it was averaging. We also have some impacts now, major impacts in the British Virgin Islands. I was taking a look at some live cameras. I cannot show it on stream because it's copyright, but you guys search up on YouTube. You guys search up on YouTube about the British Virgin Islands. Yeah, there is some nasty rain bands going through there. By the way, the Virgin Islands, we have the Virgin Islands are in here on the southern side of this storm. These are the British Virgin Islands. They're sporadically around there. We can see a set of the islands of Puerto Rico and the British Virgin Islands there. Another round here. There's another island. Few ones in here. Northern Leeward Islands from yesterday. There it is. And then we got big old Puerto Rico. Right now, it looks like this is trying to move back to the west. That's very significant. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. We are going to be talking about everything. Let me see if Delta can help get everything going. Does anyone have any questions or concerns as of right now for this storm? Any questions or concern? Once again, we are one subscriber away from 420, and then we are only 80 away from the big 500. It is hard to tell on visible. Very symmetrical hurricane, but this, you can see actually deep into that. Look at this hurricane. This is by far a Category 5 that's going to be there. So as this storm will likely peak at 180. We're going to have to wait and see because we're watching for eyewall replacement cycles. There was a sign earlier today that maybe there was maybe 2 attempts at an eyewall recycle, but that was probably more of a merger. I think the second one was a merger, and then the first one was a fail. Look at this storm. This is that pinhole eye right there. Look at this beautiful convection exploding and wrapping around here. Really compact storm. We got bands in the northern islands of these islands right here. Impacts. Tropical storm force winds, gust, rain bands, flooding. We also have recon coming out into the storm, I thought. Departure. We also got radar right here. Any changes in the patterning or speed since intensification? No, not really. Hello, everyone. Not really. No, not really. We're going to have to watch that westward. I mean, right now, from the track, it's actually, National Hurricane Center is right on it for the 2 p.m. update. Look at that eye. This is that eye wall. Look at that. Very symmetrical, rounded there. Kind of starting to move like this. We're going to have to watch because it's going to take some time, but if it moves westward, or even a little bit south, we're going to start getting back into the cone there. But right now, National Hurricane Center is actually pretty much online with this. Pretty impressive that the National Hurricane Center has caught up to its movement. Question is, it looks like it could be resuming also. Yeah, you see it had a little northern jog, and now it's, once again, we had that movement, and then now it looks like, we have moved west. So if we do that, eventually it will cross the islands here. Major lightning, by the way. New frame here also. Look at that. New frame. Looks like we have started the west movement. A very strong eye wall. I don't see any signs of an eye wall replacement cycle. If we did, we will be seeing another dark green starting to circle on the outside. I don't see that anymore. Actually, the inner eye wall has strengthened quite considerable. Hopefully Recon can get in here before 4 o'clock. That would be lovely if we can get it past. It should, because it should be pretty quick. Looks like the inner eye wall looks to be heading west. Yeah, we have 27 viewing already. Let's get that up there. Oh, wow, look at that. It definitely could be on the verge of a pink CDO. What a pink CDO is 90 degrees cloud tops in the atmosphere wrapping around the center. Look at that. The also moving much more west with that curve. That's not good to see. Yeah, current on radar. Look at that. That is impressive. Latest frames starting to quickly notice that. Look at that. We got pretty good pink now starting to wrap right here. Look at that. Yup, look at that. If this could start fully wrapping around, we could be getting a full-on inner eye wall. That's very intense. Yeah, it looks like it's moving due west right now. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at that. That's a nasty looking storm. This is seriously looking nasty here. Look at the latest. Wow, look at that, you guys. Latest. We are really noticing the eye wall is strengthening. Yup, definitely starting to move west again. It's already almost right at the line, you guys. Look, it actually moved even a little bit south. But look at that major. It actually moved a little bit, had to jog to the south again. This is not the only area. We have outer bands here hitting these islands. Look at the British Virgin Islands. Look at Puerto Rico. If you guys are in Puerto Rico, showers and thunderstorms. We also have the British Virgin Islands in some pretty good rain bands here. Yep. Very big, very important, very scary. That's the keys out of this. Yeah, I know there is signs of another storm behind this. I'm not even ready to look at that. There's potentially another tropical wave. That could be another hurricane actually impacting the Caribbean and once again these islands here. If that's the case, you guys, like I said, we're going to be live for every storm, every night. We're just going to keep it going. Why not? Very important there on the British Virgin Islands. Probably some gusty winds here being reported. I'm really interested on this while we're waiting on Recon. Oh my. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. Please share with this your friends and family. Wow, look at that. We are noticing more and more pinks showing up. That's really concerning. That means we have a strengthening eye wall. Oh, wow. Look at that. Latest frames, you guys. Wow. Look at that. Let's play this for a little bit. I want you guys to take a look at the eye wall. What's going on? We got a lot of pink showing up. Even trying to wrap around here. If we can get that fully to wrap, this is probably, once again, this is on the verge of, once again, probably resuming wrap intensification. So if you thought 913 was a lot, we could be on the verge of sub 900s in the next couple hours. So let's say this went west like this. Look at that. Major impacts to northern Puerto Rico. Wouldn't be surprised. Mike's weather page actually has the upper level. Let's go into that actually. 1 second. I want to look at the upper level wind pattern. Remember, this has been a mind of its own. Any questions or concerns? We're at 33 watching. Going below 900. That is probably possible. Okay, we have a lot here. Yep, paralleling, impressive. That is impressive. I know Milton had those pinks also. Yep. That's why I'm very concerned about it. We don't know, actually, when is it going to make that full-on turn where we know it's for good. We really don't. Here in Puerto Rico, getting cloudy. Yeah, you could probably see in the distance. Let's get to... Probably in the distance, you guys. If you guys are in Puerto Rico, you could probably see it in the distance of the storm. I mean, definitely if you guys are in these islands also, you guys are probably in the impacts here. Look at this. Yep, look at the latest frames. It is now hovering. We went west-southwest, and then we went west, and then we went kind of a west-northwest movement for about an hour. Kind of slowed. We started noticing a turn, and now we're going west. We could actually be going southwest soon. Once again, we could be once again hitting a southwest movement. Also, that would be very bad. But we got a wow. This is one intense hurricane by far. So, wow, the latest. I love looking at the latest because I'm afraid this whole pink ring is gonna develop. Looks like we could be trying to get even stronger here. Erin said, nope, it is not time for an owl replacement cycle. Yep, it is moving now due west on the satellite. Also, we got a major pink showing up here now in this storm. Wow, that's really intense. You only see that in the most intense hurricanes. The ones with 170 plus mile an hour winds. Just a heads up. So we could be entering 908 millibars, even lower. is not out of the realm. We do have bad news though. Um, for the second wave, we have now more confidence as of today that there is going to be a potential another wave behind Erin that could become a developing storm. Now, also the Euro's 12Z has trended right along the Carolinas coast, so trends continue with more and more impacts. Also, another storm behind this, not just the APHIS, but the GFS and the other Euro. Very interesting stuff that we are seeing here on the models. Wow, okay, not good. Things have continued to escalate. We are noticing more and more pinks. That's impressive hurricane right there. Tell me, don't tell me twice. One moment. Looks like we could be talking. Hey, Kent, are you there? Hello? Whenever you can unmute, let me know. We are, you will be live. Just a heads up. We are taking a look at this storm here. Look at the latest frames. We have, yeah, moved west. Not good. Yeah, not good. Oh, wow. Looks like some of the latest frames are coming out. We are definitely developing more convection on these islands here in the British Virgin Islands. We got even deeper thunderstorms convection developing, and it's showing on radar with major rain bands now really starting to show down there. I'm surprised they didn't go with tropical storm warnings. I would have, in my opinion, but you know, once again, that's just me. I'm not the National Hurricane Center. We're at 51 watching. Hello, Scott. If you guys can help me here, this would be lovely. Do we have a west-northwest shift yet? No, we do not. It is going due west. Thank you, Justin, for helping. We're already at 51. We're already at 11 likes. Let's get up to 20 likes. Let's get up to 430 subscribers. Also, let's get up to 100 views again. We are just taking a look at everything until I have to pretty much go to work. And look at the lightning. Wow. Look at the lightning earlier. And then now it's moving west. A lot of lightning, heavy weighted, on that band there. Look at the latest frame. Latest frame looks like it actually went a little bit a southwest movement. Look at that. Big time pink showing up on this radar. I'm very curious on recon. Oh, I don't know why I have that. Come on, when is the next mission? Yep, mission 10 here, you guys. They have took liftoff. Oh, it's only upper level drop sons. Crap. They're only doing upper level drop sons. We don't have another mission. They're showing 915 on the 18Z millibars. Also 140 knots. What is 140 knots? I don't even know that. Is that like 150? 140 knots to mph. I don't even know. 161. So they're keeping, I mean, this travel tippets, they're not going to push the trigger or anything. But we are definitely at still a Category 5 hurricane barreling west as of this current given time. Oh, we wanted to look at the upper level. I forgot about that. Not gonna lie. Upper level steering maps. There it is. Okay, very interesting. So what's really interesting to me is we have a lot of, we do have a little weakness here, all right? But this is the upper level steering flow. Generally, we have it actually going a little bit southwest here. Look at that. With this storm moving like this, we can actually start going west and even southwestward. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. This could get a lot closer to the islands than thought. This is that high pressure here. Much more pushed on this storm for a west. And with it strengthening, this can actually even start a southwest push once again. That would be very bad for Puerto Rico, the islands, and track. So I could be at work. I do have work at 4. I do get out around 9:30. So it's going to be an interesting. I wish I would be able to stream, but at least we're streaming now. Here. I would say this could hit this could actually hit North Carolina. We're at 16. Let's get up to 20 likes, you guys. We're at 423 subscribers. Let's hit 430. Our goal is to 500 subscribers. I think Erin's definitely a meteorologist prediction and go west. This is, it's intense, okay? This is an intense. I'm, you know, if this doesn't do an eyewall replacement by tonight and we are still going strong, I mean, it's very interesting. This is the HERF. I want to take a look at some of the models. Yeah. We do have it going a little bit north. I do not believe that. That's already off initializing. We are not at 20 north here. And then as they go in 21, this is a little far. And then look at that. It actually shows it strengthening. And then generally kind of consistent with its strength. And then starts to move out. I don't see any land impacts, but let's take a look at similar. Let's just check here. Oh. Alright, so this is the Carolinas. Look, you guys. This actually has shifted close to the Carolinas on the HERF. We get all the way over here. I mean, we shift, look at this. This is the hurricane right here. Boom. We shift this over here. Look at that. We can see that happening. The shift continues as of 12Z. Just very interesting. Look at this storm. Wow. Could be major impacts for the Bahamas. Very large, powerful hurricane. This is a big ace producer for sure. Let's take a look at the HMON here. HMON. This is pretty impressive. 160 miles an hour. Can you imagine that? Even regardless it strengthens anymore. I mean, this is a catastrophic hurricane. Thank you for not hitting any of the Virgin Islands. This would be worse than Maria if it did. Yeah, it keeps that at 915, even strengthening it on the HMON, and then gradually weakens it, probably due to some shear, but still keeps it around a Cat 5, and then keeps it off the coast here of the Carolinas. We have to wait and see because these hurricane models are initializing north of 20 degrees. They have it going 20 plus degrees. I mean, that would not be good because right now it looks like this could be going more west. So the model's once again behind on the initializing of further south and west than it is. And Euro is actually much closer to the Carolinas coast now. Look at that, Bahamas right there. And then we gradually get north. Let me take a look at similar satellite imagery. Look at that. Gets awfully close to the islands here. A much bigger shift to the Carolinas coast. This is a powerful hurricane on the 8th schist. This is the half speed. Even closer on this run. All hurricane models continue to trend west. Also, let's take a look at the Euro. Look at that massive shift from last run to this run. We actually, in this case scenario, we do get tropical storm gust here. Oh, hey. I haven't looked in like 5 minutes. Let me put you guys on speaker. Let me look at it. Yeah, I am live.
First of all, look at the...
Oh, wow. Look at the, okay. One thing I've been showing you guys is, look at, no. Besides the eye, look at the Virgin Islands on radar. On radar. Yeah, look at the radar. Look at all that rain bands hitting these islands. I was talking about that. And the latest Euro does want to bring some impacts to North Carolina with 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gust on the latest Euro. And it has it probably around a Cat 3, Cat 4, getting awfully close. All hurricane models also shifted closer to the coast. 18Z, 0Z tonight will be very interesting. One thing I already noticed is the hurricane models are showing it already north than right now. So if this goes west all the way, okay, this is where I will get even more concerned. If this stays below 20 degrees north or barely gets north of that, all the way to 66 degrees west, even 68 degrees west, oh wow, satellite is looking tremendous here. We almost have a full-on pink CDO now wrapping around. We only see this with hurricanes that are at its strongest. We've seen this with Milton when it was around 185. This could be once again strengthening. This could be near subbing 900 millibars. What do you know when Recon's coming back out? Because we really need Recon.
I'm gonna check.
But we are noticing it is moving now once again west. And I was looking at the upper steering flow.
In an hour and 18 minutes.
Holy crap! That's a while from now.
Has the eye contracted?
No, the eye is it's strengthening. This is strengthening now. We are probably back to rapid intensification.
We have upper level.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting. Look at the wow. I want you. This is.
Here we go.
Wow. This is some intense Cat 5 hurricane.
Look at this.
I know.
I think it's almost done recovering. In shear.
Yeah. And it looks like that CDO. The CDO is building dramatically.
Look at this.
And it's moving west.
Yeah. How small is this eye, by the way?
I do not actually know.
Do I go from this? I'm thinking go from this blue.
Yeah, to the next blue. Yep.
Like here.
Yeah.
It's 5.6 nautical miles.
Wow. We have major convection in the eye wall now, and we have major lightning. This is reminding me of Milton now. When Milton was getting to its peak, this reminds me of Milton's second rapid intensification. And I will say earlier, we did thought there was an eye wall replacement cycle, but there was two chances, I think. And the first one, I think it just failed. The second one could have failed or could have been a merger. I don't know if we will see an eye wall replacement cycle tonight. The signs actually have decreased. We are right back to rapid intensification, not surprising.
You think it's gonna go sub 900?
What?
Do you think it's gonna go sub 900, or is that too far?
To be honest with you, I'm not rolling it out as of right now. With the current. But
what do you think it's at right now?
To be honest with you, probably like 170. If Recon was in there, we will probably be around 170, 180. I'm gonna be pretty brutal honest. With
I'm calling 175. 906.
What's interesting is when this Recon comes out. Oh wow, look at that pink. Wait, is there a Wait, what happened in the eye? Did we get a convection burst in the eye? No, it actually cleared. That's what happened. Oh wow.
What's a convection burst in the eye? Never.
No, wait. It's hard to see because it's so hard to tell what's going on in the eye.
Because it's like pixels.
The eye looks like it's shrinking a little bit. That could mean a pinhole, even more of a pinhole. And on latest radar, wow. We are heading.
Wait, sorry, go on.
No, wait, what?
Oh no, I was saying, so wouldn't that mean that the storm gets stronger if it contracts its eye?
Yeah.
The pressure would be getting deeper.
Yeah. Not good.
Right now it's like Milton level, like you could barely see it.
I haven't been using that one. I've been using a different radar. We're at 74 watching, going west.
Kind of looks like it's going northwest.
No, because
Like
then
it's just following.
and then it starts turning west.
Like due west.
Yeah, in the last like 10 minutes with the framing.
You see this outflow? You see this outflow?
Oh, I know. Look at the ring that is developing.
This looks like it's maybe some shear up here, right? Is that shear up here or dry air? And this is just taking all the dry air.
There's a little shear, but right now it doesn't look like it's imminent threat into the storm. Looks like it's battling it and whooping the shears. Yeah. Okay. This is pretty major updating. What sucks is I won't be here for satellite imagery for recon.
Oh my god, that's a full ring.
What are you looking at on what?
Radar scope. Is the eye? No, not yet. There's spots of like 74, 86, A3. I'm talking about miles an hour, not knots. Oh, look, like some vorticity, like some broad rotation over here.
Not surprising, to be honest with you. I'm really not surprised on that because such how strong. So let's take a look at the true color. I want you guys to just. I want to give you guys my eyeing projections on what we could be seeing here. So we did go a little bit north. We got almost down to 20 north latitude. But it is now going back west. You could tell here. Look at that.
Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen to Discord?
I cannot because I'm not sharing. I'm not having you guys on here. That's why. I cannot. Yeah. Looks like it's moving west right now. Question is, what I want to know is how far west does this move? Now with the latest, it looks like we had that northwestern little jog, that west northwest jog, but it's right back on its westward movement. And if we take a look at that, and we just let it go west all the way, let's say, if it's went west all the way to 66 degrees latitude, for it then to start turning west northwest, this will probably bring it awfully close to the islands here of the Bahamas. And if we did, there is some hints of the upper level that if this does strengthen, the arrows actually point south. Like, once we get north of Puerto Rico, we can actually start getting a pull to the south. I'm not saying this is going to track southwest, but there is a chance that we can get some wobbles with the latest steering flow to those southwest, into that ridge up there breaks. Looks like the ridge just to the north has continued to dominate over this storm. Looked like we had to jog a little bit to the west northwest, but that ridge is seriously holding in place, and that's very concerning at this current time. Look at that.
Oh, Rare is coming into view of the eye.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a bit south. Like right there is the eye.
We'll have to. It's not south yet. I think it will get south later on. It is moving pretty much west. The British Virgin Islands, though, we have a lot of big banding features hitting the British Virgin Islands right now. Even parts of Puerto Rico now, almost.
I see maybe 6 or 7 different bands, but
we actually have a flood alert in a aerial flood advisory until 6 p.m. in St. John and St. Thomas. We have noticed Doppler radar indicating very, very heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing, expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. A half to an inch of rain has fallen, and another 1 to 3 inches are forecasted. This just south of the British Virgin Islands. Just something to keep an eye on. We also have in the Virgin Islands a rip current statement, 10 to 14 for the high rip current risk. So very impressive there.
Is there such thing as a PES flood watch?
No.
Oh.
Not that I know of.
But there was.
Maybe.
But there was. Look at this on Ray Omega.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Is it making its jog? Yep, it is.
What? It's making its westward turn again.
Yeah, it's doing this. You see it?
Yeah. We're actually almost at 64 degrees west now. Big convection, though. This is pretty impressive. Yeah, it's moving due west right now.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they haven't issued, like, any... Let me just get this Okay. When does the next model run?
Oh, hey, what's up, Ken? We are just taking a look, watching this westward movement.
I want to check this trough.
There is no recon, but it's probably stronger now, in my opinion. There was signs once again of an eye wall replacement, but there was one merger, and then I think the first time it attempted, it failed pretty quick, and that's why it plateaued. But since it recovered, we are noticing a massive pink CDO developing around the eye, and I'm very interesting. I'm going to be at work for about 4 to about like 5 hours here. I'm very concerned in the 5 hours of me working of what's going to happen.
You can't check your phone while you're at work?
Not really, because it's a food place, but it shouldn't be that packed because everyone's
Sorry, I gotta go.
No, you're good.
See ya.
Yep. Adios. This is concerning, in my opinion. This is continuing to concern me more and more. Latest models. Oh yeah, Kent. The Outer Banks are now could be in tropical storm watches and warnings with the latest track from the European. The European shows 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gust impacting the North Carolina Outer Banks now. That was a major development today on the newest Icon, and all models continue to shift. The shift hasn't stopped. The storm is moving west right now.
It's not going to stop.
I'm afraid it's not.
It only has to go a little bit farther, and I'm screwed. The Outer Banks are screwed really, really soon.
Yeah. So it looks like with the latest radar here, I do not notice anything with an eye wall replacement cycle still, but I do notice it is changing its course of projection. We're almost actually aligned now with, we could be going almost south of the track in the next hour if trends continue. Wouldn't be surprised. Also, the British Virgin Islands getting slammed with very, very heavy rain right now. I was covering that earlier. The British Virgin Islands are really dealing with some heavy rainfall, and if you guys search up on YouTube, the British Virgin Islands, live camera, I can't show it on stream. We do notice there is gusty winds, and impacts. It's already 2:57. I will have about 30 more minutes for streaming until I will have to go.
I'm sorry, I had to walk away.
No, you're good.
So you think the chances of it hitting North Carolina have went up?
Yeah, bringing impacts, yes, but not a landfall yet.
Yeah.
But impacts potentially, yes. I think that has went up.
It's gonna. The western trend continues.
If it continues, then yeah, we will be talking about next the Outer Banks, or will be in the Bahamas also. We take it day by day. Because we can have a million more jogs wherever this wants to go in the next few days.
That's the fucking truth. They could go all the way back to sea and then come back again. Because that first time it went east, when all the models were saying it's going out to sea the first time, I thought it was over. I was like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
But when all the models started trending west, I said, this ain't going to stop.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at any of the models. Anyone you suggest I look at?
The Euro, newest Euro.
The newest Euro.
Latest radar is going west right now. British Virgin Islands are absolutely getting slammed. We do got now Puerto Rico. We are okay. Very breaking news, you guys. We got some new watches and warnings. In the San Juan, we are now with rip currents, 10 to 14 feet, high risk of rip currents. And then we also have a new thing. All of Puerto Rico is under now an aerial flood watch. So this is some breaking news. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Low water crossing may be flooded roads. There is a high chance to observe urban flash and river flooding as landslides as well along steep trains. Additional details. Rainfall from Erin will affect local areas throughout early next week, with the heaviest rain expected along the southern and eastern Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, with accumulations of rain 2 to 4 inches with isolated 6 inches through the entire period. The northwest quadrant Puerto Rico 1 to 2 inches with locally up to 4. That's your latest all of Puerto Rico watches and warnings.
Yeah, it's going straight for Puerto Rico. They're going to be lucky if they don't get slammed. But I heard it's going a little north, that there has been some jogs to the north.
There has, but that's just little jogs. That's not consistent.
Yeah, but that could let Puerto Rico off the hook.
little bit, you know.
Alright, man, I'm on jet.
What?
I said I'm gonna go.
Alright, adios, man.
Later.
Okay. I'm watching. Moving generally west right now. My future radar actually shows it going due west, even a little bit southwest. The future radar by 9 o'clock. Let's look at the chat, you guys. I haven't even looked at the chat in a hot minute. We're at 79. You couldn't find gas for it. $67. That's a little far. Oh yeah, it needs to. It needs to go above. It needs to hit 21 north. I agree with that. It needs to hit 21 north. So basically, what he just said, it needs to be up to here by that time. Because if this is right here by that time, yeah, we're gonna have some major issues. And I don't know right now. Euro model's closer. We already looked at that. Any questions or concerns? I'm trying to get like microwave imageries and stuff, but no one is like on chats right now, and I don't want to bother anyone, but we're at 425 subscribers. Let's get up to 430 subscribers, you guys. That'd be lovely. Look at that. Moving west right now on the satellite imagery. Massive CDO. I wonder how strong we're getting winds. I wish Recon was in this currently. Oh my. We got a lot of stuff going on. Look at that. Moving west again, you guys. Not good. Sorry if I sound a little sick. I am just a little bit. Oh my. I don't notice anything else going on. It's definitely trying to move more west here. Major rain bands here across the British Virgin Islands today. Big flooding impacts. All right, we got one moment. Nothing really updated. It's continuing to move west. I'll be ending this in around in like 20 minutes. 20 more minutes. Let's get up to 430. Let's go to 430 subscribers, you guys. Yeah, very interesting. A lot of lightning still in the eye, a little bit less on the latest. Um, Alright. We're currently watching radar. Very symmetrical eye right here on radar. Satellite imagery is crazy on this. That's pretty crazy. The Atlantic hurricane season, we had 5 named storms. We had 4 tropical storms that were gradually pretty much weak. And then our 5th storm, we go from weak tropical storms throughout the season to a full-blown Category 5 bringing impacts. Pretty impressive. Also, there's another wave now behind this that could be developing in the next 5 days, and that one has more of a west flow. That one could be hitting Florida. That one could be another major hurricane. We have a potential for ending August with another major hurricane. That will be 2 major hurricanes, 1 Category 5, and 6 named storms. So September looking busy. I really don't know, but tropics looking busy right now. Look at that. The British Virgin Islands is really getting some heavy rainfall right now. We've been getting updates out of there. There's been some flood warnings, and then as you guys know, Puerto Rico has issued a flood watch for 3 to 6 inches of rain, and then coastal flood watches and things like that. So Puerto Rico has issued the flood watches probably because of all this heavy rain to the south. That's been the trend today. The storm is moving west as of right now. Very significant, pretty significant. You don't want this to move any more west. The furthest west you go, the more impacts for northern Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and that actually puts the outer banks of North Carolina in play more and more. Latest Euro does show tropical storm conditions now for the outer banks of North Carolina. Pretty intense. Any question? I'm going to take a break. Be right back. We are 4 away from 430 subscribers. So, that's pretty crazy. Also, any questions? There's a comment. It started raining in Utah, started raining here in Puerto Rico. So there's people in the chat that's from Puerto Rico starting to claim they could see it in the distance. Yeah, I bet you can. Looking from the beaches from Puerto Rico, you could probably see the swirl in the distance. And you could probably see the wave heights are pretty intense. I bet it is. The ridge hasn't started to really weaken. If this is still moving west. That ridge's been right on top of this system for quite a while now. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen by later tonight. But we do have that pink ring continuing to develop, especially on that southern side. That's probably because of some wind shear on the northern side. But the eye has shrunk quite dramatically. That could mean even more rapid intensification. When eyes usually shrink, that's called pinhole eyes. That's called pressures are dropping even further. Also, we are not even at 20 degrees north latitude. We're just south of that, you guys. Let's look at the radar. I'm interested what I'm going to come home to tonight on this storm. We could be having an eyewall replacement when I come home. I don't know. Or this storm could just continue to strengthen and beat all odds. That's another possibility. It already has done that in the last 24 hours. Really, the British Virgin Islands is right now under a very strong band. They do have a flood advisory for these islands. In Charlotte and Manille, it's been very heavy rain bands. Nothing dramatic, but why Puerto Rico put flood watches because it's very mountain-like, very steep, and they're known for flooding in the urban areas. Something to keep your eye on. Looks like track continue to shift west. We're getting actually pretty close to the storm to actually be a little bit south of the National Hurricane Center's forecast if it keeps moving west. Any little jog north, it will pretty be much on line. Very impressive today. This has been a Category 5 since 11:20. So it's right now 3:20. So it's been a Category 5 now for quite a few hours. And still is a Category 5. About 4 hours of a Category 5 so far. We'll see how long it stays Category 5 for. There's nothing really stopping this in the short term. Look at that, moving west. Latest radar has a major eye wall development. That thing has really... Look at that. That's some deep reds in the eye wall. Recon should be going out soon. I've been waiting on Recon for about an hour now. Yeah, no problem, DB. -2 then Lee. Yeah, it's right now half. The CDO of Pink is on the southern side. That's probably due to some wind shear to the north. There was some talk about it, but it hasn't done really nothing because this is a Category 5. If it was doing stuff, we'll be seeing a much weaker storm right now. It is... Oh, wow. Latest frames have the Pink now wrapping around on all sides almost. Look at that. A big extension to the Pink. This could try and fully wrap around. That we remember, we saw this with Hurricane Milton last year. That storm became a 185 mile an hour storm before an eye wall replacement cycle, and then it actually it was 175 the first go around, and then it weakened to 165, and then that was because of the eye wall replacement cycle. And then the second time it re-intensified, there was winds up to 185. And this is a look, this does look very close to kind of like Milton with that pink wrapping around the entire core almost. That's a big escalation. Look at that. That's pretty intense. Let's look at the lightning around the eye. Yeah, a lot of lightning right now is in the eye wall here. Look at that. A lot of lightning. Lightning, once again, tells us that the storm is continuing to strengthen or stay the same. Look at that. This pink is almost completely wrapped around. Looks like a little bit of an outer. I don't know. It could just be because of its development. Oh, the recon is leaving in 36 minutes. Yeah, I won't be here for it. Oh! Okay. One second. latest radar frames coming in very strong. We're going to have to end the stream very soon, you guys. Because once again, I do have work. But things have continued to wrap around. But we have a very close eye here. That. Powerful inner core. A lot of people are talking about. We're 31 minutes away from the recon going in. There is signs that people are saying that this has once again exploded in intensity here. Look how this is beautiful. That's intense. I'm curious what I honestly think they're going to find stronger winds. I'm not going to lie with you guys in the next 30 minutes. They're not even that far from the storm. So, hopefully, nothing big else happens in the next 30 minutes. Eye looks like it's trying to clear back open just a bit. Such a pinhole. We are still not 20 north. We're almost at 64 degrees west. We're going to have to wait and see. What I can see here, what happens, is we might get up to like here. That could be the reality, or maybe up to here. Still very west. Yeah, latest frame. Once again, more west. It seems like it's trying to go south of the cone, but we keep getting those. It really hasn't moved north. $32. We're gonna have to. I can stay on for a little bit more. We're at 32. I work at 4. Let's get up to 430 subscribers, you guys. We're 4 away. This could be a lot stronger of a hurricane. I'm interested. There's a lot of people saying that there's so far no signs of an eyewall replacement. If anything, it's still strengthening. The eye is only 4.2 miles. Look at that. Oh my. I'm gonna have to go soon, but major lightning in the eye again. This is definitely stronger. Not good. One moment. Interesting. What I'm hearing right now is there is no eye wall imminent of a replaceable cycle. That's not good at all. I don't even know the radar right now. We got an update on the British Virgin Island advisory. Has been upgraded to a flood warning. 1 to 2 inches now. Life-threatening flash flooding. And another 1 to 2 inches possible. I'm interested how this is gonna look tonight, you guys. Is how far west is it gonna be? Where is it gonna be? I'm gonna predict 170. They're gonna find 170 mile an hour winds. Still south of 20. Oh. Okay. It does have the movement like this, but look. Yeah, look at this retrograding ridge. Look at that. This is right on top of this system to the north. Yeah, that's the path right now. So it looks like once we hit northern Puerto Rico, we're gonna really start seeing that westward movement. That was the latest, you guys. Not good, not good. What you want to see for this to start turning is these arrows kind of start pointing like this. But so far, no, that high is pretty much far west. Wow, this is the trough, by the way. Look at that. This is the trough right here. Not connecting with it. This is a building ridge right here. Pretty intense. But I'm going to have to end the stream in any moment now, as we are taking a look at major hurricane, Category 5, devastating, unimaginable hurricane. Jova. People are comparing this with Hurricane Jova. How strong? I think it was around 160 mile an hour sustained winds. We're gonna go into 3:45, and now I'm gonna end the stream, you guys. Yeah, we're heading due west. Yep, we had a big jog to the west on radar. It's trying. It's trying to go west. It's looking like it. Yep, right there. Boom, right there. It looks like we might be starting a. It's gonna. I think it will come to soon a point where it's gonna try and go southwest. We're gonna have a bit of a southwest jog. I'm sorry that I cannot be here for the recon. Recon's gonna be a whole another planet, but look at that. Yeah, we're gonna end this soon. So this is actually an update from a tweet from the Y'all Squad Storm Prediction Center. Likely we'll be having flooding issues across the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, associated with the rain bands of Erin, despite most of the more severe impacts are located further north, offshore. A very moist observed profile TSJ that basically puts that in detail here. I will still. Alright. Alright, we're gonna end this, you guys. We have to end this. If you guys are new, yeah, I'll check the Discord. Oh. Let's look at the latest frame. Actually, it continues. I'm actually just gonna show this here. For fun. The yeah. Tell me about this. That's 200-mile-an-hour winds. Pretty intense. Alright, you guys. I'm going to have to go, you guys. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing. Please share this with your friends and family. We are going to be back later tonight with Pat's Path Predictor. Moving due west. Have a good night. See you guys.